Talking about Twitter today. Twitter is one of the many social networking sites. Um, some of them including Facebook, Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and many more. Twitter basically started way back in 2006. We are not going to go much into the timeline and history, but take you through um, what does Twitter look like and the signing up process and how to use it today. While I'm doing this, you can always post your questions in the chat box and one of my fellow volunteers may take it, or you could park the questions so that we can take them in the breakout rooms. Either way. All right. So Twitter basically, as I said, is a social networking site, one of them, which allows us to send and receive short messages. So there is a limit on the number of characters that can be posted and received, which is 280 characters or 280 sessions. And they're called tweets in the terminology. Through this platform, we can also post photographs, messages, videos, and links to any other article on any other platform or Google on internet that we may find. It can be accessed through the internet, that is the web page, or also if you can download an app, a mobile app on our phones. So we can basically start and set up Twitter, as I said, even if you have an Android device, a tablet, or a phone, then you can always visit the Google Play Store to download it. Find the Twitter icon, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen. This is how it will look like. Or if you use an Apple phone or an iPhone or an iPad or any of the Apple devices, look it up on the the App Store. So once you click on it and install it on your device, this is the kind of pop-up that you should see on your screen, which will ask you to either log in or sign up. So if you are a first-time user, you will obviously sign up by entering the details that are usually come up with your name, email address, and other important details to sign up. Once you reach there, you will reach this page where it will ask you to fill up these boxes as I was talking about. Click use email instead if you already have a Gmail or any other email account which you use and you would like that to link up with your Twitter account. When you're done with it, you click on next so that the page takes you to the next step of process, which is starting on Twitter. So there will be various features or customized settings option that you can or the app will prompt you to select in the beginning. Of course, these can be also accessed at a later point in time and toggled back to allowing or non-allowing at a later point in time. But for the first time when we set the account up, this is where we can select some of them. So a screen like this will pop up, which will guide you or ask you whether you want to see ads or ad preferences based on your activity on Twitter. You can always check it off if you don't want to see that. It will also let you search on other websites and give you advertisement based on your activity, as I was saying. So just pay a little attention to this and click next once you're done with it. The next will be setting up or creating your account. Okay, now be cautious to see whether these are mandatory fields or optional. It's okay to leave out sections which are not mandatory and you don't want your details ending up on their server or on their database. So just skip whatever you see or you don't feel comfortable sharing and click on sign up. Once you do that, the system will prompt you with a verification code that will go into your email ID or phone number, depending on what have you shared during the authentication process. And you'll have to come back and enter that verification code here. Once you do that, you can click on next, and the system will prompt you now to set up a password. Okay, make sure that you note it down. We've covered this before in other areas. Just keep the password as much difficult to guess, I would say, as possible, and type it here and move on next. As I was telling you, there will be some features which will be optional for you to set up, but I highly recommend that you do this, because what you see on your feed every time now that you open up Twitter will be based on the preferences that you have set during this time. So this is an area where the system prompts you to select the areas that you're interested in, be it sports or news, music, entertainment, politics. There'll be various headers, and you can choose what sort of thing you're interested in and let Twitter put it up on your feed and suggest good articles or multiple things to view at. If you want to skip this step, you can always click on skip for now. That is on the top right-hand side of the screen, as you can see. Next, again, an optional step, but this is an example of the kind of list that Twitter may prompt you. These could be either popular accounts or popular personalities, the one which are trending on Twitter. So Twitter will naturally prompt you to either follow them or just skip for now and move on to next. Now, let's talk about tweets and what do followers mean. So a tweet is something kind of a message limited to 280 characters, which means just a small paragraph or maybe 2 or 3 sentences at a time. When we say we follow someone, so following someone means that you will be able to see their tweets or their messages and updates in your personal timeline or feed. The Twitter lets you see who you follow and also the people or the accounts that are following you back. So it will be followers and following, that is. So once you've done all of that, this is how the home page will look like. On the left-hand side, you will see the various headers of the home, any messages or any notifications or your profile settings. On the middle of the page will be your basic timeline. That is where you see the tweets and messages and updates for the profiles that you follow or the accounts that you follow. On the right-hand side, that is where you can search Twitter or search Twitter for any people or any news channel or any agency or institute that you may be interested in. When you click on search, Twitter will naturally show you options of what is trending at that point in time on Twitter around the world. So what you see out here on the page, this area is what the system will naturally reflect depending on things we have used while signing up. So if I am based in Toronto and I added there, it will show me the latest Toronto trends that are tweeting on Twitter at that point in time. And I can always click on them and see who and what are people talking about on there. If I want to tweet something or send out a message, I do that from the top of the page. This is very similar to how Facebook and Instagram also looks like. The top of the screen is usually which asks us what's happening or what's the status or whatever. And this is where we actually type our message or tweet and click on for the world to see it next. Again, this is the screen which talks about it. So when it says what's happening, it's basically prompting us to tweet. If you want to tag or send a tweet out to anyone in particular, for example, if I want to send it out to Lorianne, I can always tag her using the @ symbol followed by typing her username that she uses on Twitter, and type in my message, not more than 280 characters. I keep repeating that, and click on tweet. The same message box will also let me to upload a picture by clicking on the icon that is highlighted here, or also a GIF, a bar diagram, or a chart, or an emoji, usually. So we can all do that using the tweet setting bar on the top of the screen. Tagging, as I said earlier, is very easy. I may want to tag someone, either a friend or a coworker, depending on the message that I'm typing in, so that he or she also becomes a part of that tweet, and her or his network can also see that. So this is basically like multiplying the viewers of the message if I tag somebody. So not only my friends and my accounts that I follow, but the accounts or usernames that, let's say, Lorianne also follows will get to see that message. Hashtags. I'm sure most of us know this. This is again a common phenomena, even on Facebook, Instagram, or any other social app these days. A hashtag can be a word, it can be a series of characters, it can be a sentence, or just a symbol. So just to give an example, if you will see hashtag all lives matter to be a very prominent or common hashtag these days. This could change if, for example, I want to type something about the employment opportunities. I could also say hashtag employment Ontario or anything like that, because it helps to categorize the messages and make it easier for all the Twitter users all around the world to search for tweets if they are interested. So for example, if somebody anywhere sitting across the ocean wants to do hashtag employment Ontario, they would get to see my tweet, even if they are not in my account. Notifications can be easily viewed through the notifications tab. If you want to see who is interacting with your tweets, or if you have new followers, or somebody who might have retweeted your tweets, or you've mentioned you in a tweet, all of these things will come up or pop up in the notifications bar. So how do we actually follow people? It's pretty simple. We can either type it on the text bar, on the search bar here, or otherwise, yeah, just basically type what we are looking for. If we know the name of the people, that's good enough, or the name of the institution that we want to follow, in this case, AARP, and click on the follow tab that we see on against or right opposite to their names. We can also explore Twitter, as I was saying, through the hashtags. These are basically trends. So you can always explore the trends on Twitter by clicking on the Explore tab under the Home tab. Or also whenever you click on the search bar, these will automatically reflect depending on the number of people who are tweeting or viewing it. So the most popular tweets will naturally come up on top of the screen and be trending near you, depending on the location you are in and the things you follow. Both of these are a way to do that. You can always click on any one of them and it will take you to all the messages and things related to it. Now, when we see a tweet on our timeline, this is how we interact with them, correct? So on your main page, you will see a series or a line of tweets. So when you see that as a post or a tweet, and you want to interact with it by way of liking it or commenting in it or resharing, which is called retweeting in the Twitter terminology, or maybe uploading it or sharing it as a direct message or bookmark, you can do all of that through the icons under the message or the tweet. So this is, you can always go back or go back again, I would say, to look at your Twitter profile. What is the picture that is viewable there? As Facebook, there's a cover photo and there's a display picture, or maybe like any other social networking website, and you can go there and edit it. So on your profile, you'll be able to see a quick snapshot of all your tweets and retweets. How many people do you follow and how many of them follow you? Your bio, a bio is nothing but a brief summary that you have added or may want to add, just so that people can see it when they want to follow you and understand whether your interests and areas of interests match or not. Yeah, basically these are the things, again, highlighting and pointing out, which can be edited: the cover photo, the profile picture, your name. It's not necessary that we have to use our whole names. I may want to choose another name or a nickname or a pseudonym for myself there, and add a bio also. Once we do all of these, please don't forget to click on save, and only then move on to whatever we want to do next. We can also go over and view other Twitter profiles which we want to follow. In this example, AARP. So we can always search whomever we want to look up, or look up. We just click on their name or profile or usernames, which will take us to their Twitter profile. And it will basically have the same kind of information as we were talking about. And it will also give us an option to either follow or unfollow, or look at their tweets and messaging that they have been doing, retweet it if we like something, and go about that. Then there is direct messaging. Direct messaging is when you want to start a conversation. And you want to type a message with them. You can always do that through the messages tab. Click on start the conversation like this. Search whomever you want to send this message to. And just click on the send icon once you're done with it. So this lets you send one-on-one conversations or one-on-one messages. Another very important feature, that is how to delete our tweets once we have posted, or may want to take it off for whatever reasons there might be. So on the tweet, you can always click on this arrow, which will create a drop-down menu. And from it there, we can always click on delete to take it off from the entire platform in the world of tweets altogether. How do we sign out? Again, wherever you see your name or picture or the name of the account, there will be another arrow there. Once we click it, there will be an option to log out of your account. You can also review your privacy settings. So under the area where we have notifications, messages, and profiles, there will be a tab called More. Once we click on More, it will give us an option to look at analytics and many other things, but more importantly, the settings and privacy. So once you do that, it will let you adjust or toggle between various settings, how you would like to see it, whom would you want to see your tweets once you do them? Would you like only the people you follow and the ones who follow you to view your tweets, or you want it to be open for everybody? The photo tagging options, the direct message options, and many other privacy settings. You can do that and keep saving them as and when you move forward with it. Deleting Twitter, if you are unhappy or for whatever reasons want to delete your account, you can always do that. go to the account section, and then, account section from the settings tab, and then click on deactivate your account.